The blood spreading across the Montana snow told Cole Brennan two things. The stranger at his gate was a woman, and she was dying. What he didn't know yet was that saving her would either destroy his family or heal it. Dawn had broken cold and gray when Cole spotted the figure stumbling through his gate. 3 years running the Iron Ridge Ranch alone had sharpened his instincts. Right now, they screamed danger. 20 feet from his door, the stranger collapsed. Dark hair spilled across frost-covered ground. That's when he saw it. The curve of a woman's body beneath that oversized coat. And the crimson stain spreading in the snow. Cole had her inside before his mind caught up. Years of doctoring cattle had given him steady hands, but they trembled now as he peeled back blood-soaked fabric. A knife wound. Deep but clean. The kind you got facing someone, not running away. Ruby. His daughter appeared in the doorway. 12 years old with gray eyes that carried too much loss. Ruby hadn't spoken in 6 months, not since the fever took her mother Lily. But she moved now, quick and efficient, boiling water and laying out his medical supplies with precision. Cole worked methodically while the stranger drifted in and out of consciousness. Mid-20s. Strong hands. Her face held a refined quality that spoke of education. "Who are you?" he muttered. "Trouble." The woman gasped, her whiskey-colored eyes flying open. "I'm Trouble and I need to leave before they." She tried to sit up. Immediately crumpled. "You're not leaving anywhere. You've lost enough blood to drop a horse." He threaded the needle. "This is going to hurt. Everything hurts." But she gripped the table and didn't make a sound as he stitched. When he finished, the woman studied him with calculating eyes. "You're wondering if I stole something? If I killed someone? I'm wondering why a woman with educated speech and city hands is bleeding on my property at dawn," looking over her shoulder. "And if whoever's chasing you is going to show up at my door." The woman closed her eyes. Then spoke, each word measured. "My name is Victoria Hayes. Until 3 days ago, I was engaged to Silas Garrett, who owns half of Helena. When I discovered he'd killed his first wife and planned to do the same to me once our marriage gave him access to my inheritance, I took his ledgers documenting his crimes and ran. He's been hunting me ever since." Cole felt Ruby's hand slip into his. The first time she'd reached for him in months. Something in his chest cracked. "Well," he said finally, "that does complicate things." Victoria laughed weakly. "I'll rest an hour, then go. There's a federal marshal in Bozeman who might listen." Ruby tugged his hand. Pointed firmly at Victoria. Then at the spare room upstairs. The message was clear. "The girl's right," Cole heard himself say. "You're not going anywhere. Storm's coming. You'll never make it to Bozeman on foot in a blizzard. And Garrett can't track in a snowstorm either." He caught Ruby's small smile. "The first in 6 months. Besides, you're on my land now. That makes you my responsibility." What Cole didn't know was that Silas's men were already watching the house. The storm hit at noon, turning the world white. That evening, Victoria sat by the fire while Ruby worked on a puzzle nearby. "He was charming at first," Victoria said quietly. "By the time I realized the charm was a mask, I'd agreed to marry him." "What changed your mind?" Cole asked. "I found journals in his study. Detailed accounts of bribes, murders, and letters from his first wife begging for help. The last one was dated 3 days before she accidentally fell down the stairs." Ruby's hands froze on her puzzle. "What did you do?" Ruby's voice was so soft, Cole almost missed it. His head whipped around. His daughter hadn't spoken in 6 months. Victoria answered carefully, understanding this was something fragile. "I photographed every page of those journals at a party. Hid them in my studio in a box marked damaged plates. But his security man got suspicious. I had maybe a day, so I ran." "And they caught you," Cole said. "Silas sent 3 men. I lost 2 in the mining camps. The third." She touched her side. "We fought in an alley. I got his knife and ran. Stole a horse, rode until it went lame, then walked through the night until I saw your ranch house at dawn." Ruby placed a puzzle piece, tears on her cheeks. "You were brave. Mama was brave too. When she got sick, She made Papa promise we'd be happy again someday. But we forgot how. Cole's throat closed. He hadn't known Lily had said that. Victoria knelt beside Ruby. Your mama was very wise. Sometimes we need help remembering how to be happy. Will you stay? Ruby's voice cracked. Will you help us remember? Victoria looked at Ruby, then at Cole. She saw the exact moment she understood what his daughter was really asking, if it was okay to hope again. Victoria started. Glass shattered in the kitchen. Cole was moving instantly, rifle in hand. Ruby, take Victoria upstairs. But Victoria was already on her feet, derringer in hand. How many? Another crash. The acrid smell of kerosene. They'll burn us out, Victoria said flatly. Ruby takes the cellar to the barn. We go out front, draw their attention. Ruby doubles back, bars the house, and rides for town if anything happens. Find Marshall Dawson. Tell him Victoria Hayes says the Eagles are coming home to roost. I'm not using my daughter as. She's not bait. She's insurance. This is my fight, Cole. Let me do this my way. They were out of time. Cole pulled Ruby close. Your mama was right. We're supposed to be happy. So do whatever it takes to stay alive. Understand? Ruby nodded, then hugged Victoria before disappearing toward the cellar. They hit the front door together. The storm embraced them. 3 shapes materialized, men with rifles. Victoria Hayes. One shouted. Give us the photographs and we'll leave the rancher and his kid alone. I'm not his property, Victoria shouted back. And the photographs are already gone. Sent to federal authorities yesterday. Then you're not useful anymore. He raised his rifle. Cole fired first, kicking up snow at the man's feet. Victoria's derringer cracked twice. But the third man had circled wide. Cole saw him too late, saw the rifle tracking toward Victoria. The barn door slammed open. Ruby emerged on Cole's chestnut gelding, whooping like cavalry, swinging a rope overhead. The man spun toward this new threat. Cole closed the distance and laid him out. Victoria tackled the wounded man while Cole bound him. The third man stood with hands raised, watching Ruby circle on horseback. I surrender. I don't get paid enough to fight the whole damn family. Marshall Dawson arrived 2 days later. Victoria's photographs were all the evidence needed. Within a week, Silas Garrett was in custody. But what mattered most was the morning Cole found Victoria teaching Ruby to develop photographs in the barn. His daughter's laughter echoed real, unrestrained laughter. Will you teach me more? Ruby asked. Everything you know? Ruby, I don't know how long I'll be staying. Once Garrett's trial is over. Don't go. It feels right when you're here. Like we're supposed to be a family. She's right, Cole said from the doorway. He stepped into the darkroom and took Victoria's hands. I've been going through motions for 3 years. Surviving, not living. But you showed up bleeding on my doorstep, and suddenly I remembered what it felt like to care. He squeezed her hands. I love you. I love your courage. I love how you taught my daughter to speak again. Stay. Not as a guest. Stay as my wife. Stay as Ruby's mother. Stay as the woman who made my frozen heart thaw. Victoria looked at Ruby, who nodded encouragingly. Then tears spilled down her cheeks. I was so afraid what I felt was just gratitude. But the danger's past. I could leave any time. She touched his face. And the only thing that scares me more than staying is the thought of going. Then stay. Yes. Victoria was crying and laughing. Yes, I'll marry you. Yes, I'll stay. Yes to all of it. Ruby's whoop echoed through the barn. And Cole realized this was what healing felt like, not the absence of pain, but the presence of new joy. They married 3 weeks later. 6 months after that, Cole watched Victoria teach Ruby landscape photography in the expanded studio. Papa, come see. Ruby waved him over. Mama got the mountains perfectly. Victoria leaned into his side. Though my assistant keeps photographing chickens instead of dramatic landscapes. Chickens are dramatic, Ruby protested. Cole laughed, the sound still new after years of silence. But Victoria's hand found his, And Ruby grinned up at both of them. Somewhere between danger and healing, they'd built something precious. A family. Not the one he'd had before, but a new one, forged in crisis and strengthened by choice. "Come on," Victoria said. "The light's perfect for that family portrait." They walked out together into golden afternoon light. Victoria set up her camera, Cole standing tall with his arm around her shoulders, Ruby kneeling in front, all of them smiling. The camera clicked, capturing them forever. 3 strangers at dawn. 1 family by sunset. And a photograph that would outlive them all. If you enjoyed this video of courage, second chances, and found family on the untamed frontier, subscribe for more tales from the Wild West. Thank you for watching.